Hi friends, it's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, big welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here for another episode. That timer going here. Okay, lots to talk about. If you are not a newsletter subscriber, make sure you do so, because that is the way that usually everybody finds out about everything first. I will send out a newsletter and announce the new item coming. And then if there's any special deals, I always send those codes through my newsletter as well. So definitely make sure you're a newsletter subscriber. Last week was a little bit of a weird snafu. It's the first time it's ever happened, I'm pretty sure, with MailChimp. Not quite sure what was going on there, but yeah, my newsletter would not go out. I couldn't save my settings every time. I literally did the entire newsletter and then I went to preview it and it just disappeared. That was a disaster. So safe to say, after hours of trying to get a newsletter out, I decided we're going to go with it. So that suffix that I kept talking about on end in the past couple episodes is finally in the shop, and I'm going to show you it. This is the Suffolk Lot 205. Please be aware there are multiple Suffolk bats on the website. One is more of a traditional like cream color. This one is more of a gray. This is a light gray. So this is it's called Lot 205, and it does say Suffolk Lot 205 in the hand spinning collection. So here it is in all her glory. There are just a couple in the shop. So definitely make sure that you hop on over if you would like some. It's a beautiful gray. Definitely texture going on in here, and there is some veggie matter. This had a lot of veggie matter in it before I processed it. So I processed the daylights out of it, and it still had some in there. It just was hanging on to it for all its life. So interestingly enough, this Suffolk, the Lot 205, is much softer. It doesn't have the guard hairs as that creamier version. So the creamier version, I would say, has a little bit more of a guard hair going on. It's a little bit more rustic and would lend itself a little bit more towards like outerwear layers or like a sweater you would be wearing things under. Just to keep that in mind if you're like looking at the two Suffolk bats. So this one is definitely different. So this one is much softer in my opinion. You know, softness is relative, but it's very, very, very soft, and it spins like a dream. Processing this was pretty torturous because I wanted to spin it so badly. So I did spin up a sample, and I did show you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, see if I can get this to focus on it. It's just beautiful. It spun so nicely. So this is a 2-ply. I spun this up super fast. I did I guess short forward with a twist. Sometimes I did a little long draw. Can't help myself. I love long draw. So I do kind of like a supported long draw. It's my favorite for spinning. But it spun up beautifully. It spun up so beautifully, so lofty, lots of air, and just gorgeous. A lot of that veggie matter fell out as I was spinning. And then, yeah, it was a dream. So I forgot to tell you guys, like, if you want some, definitely make sure you hop on over to the shop to get it. Okay, so that's shop update end of things. Oh, also shop update end of things, super important. Definitely keep following me, and please do follow me if you're okay with it, if you're on Instagram, and obviously you're on YouTube. But definitely follow me on those platforms, because if the newsletter thing goes crazy again, which hopefully it doesn't, but hey, technology is technology and not always reliable. So if that happens again, I would send things out on those platforms and Facebook, because Facebook and Instagram are kind of in cahoots. So I always send to both of those as well. So definitely follow me on those platforms, especially Instagram and YouTube, because I will share if there is something new coming and when that is being announced. So kind of giving you a little bit of a teaser here. I am doing an advent this year, and it is going to be a hand spinning advent. I mean, really, you can do whatever you want with it, but it's definitely geared towards hand spinners. And I will be creating little mini bats. So This is 100 grams. I will be creating small bats. They will be 20-gram minis. If you want like a little bit more specific, I obviously will be getting into that closer to when they release, but I kind of wanted to give you guys a teaser and a little bit of info in case you wanted to keep an eye out for it, if this is something you're interested in. So I don't think I'm going to be doing the not processed wool. So I thought about only washed wool for some of these little mini bundles, but there just doesn't seem to be a lot of interest in that. So I'm actually going to hand process them. There will be, they're all going to be breeds you'll know about. That the breeds will be listed in the Advent listing, so you'll know like what's in there. But I do want to let you know that you won't know the colors. These different breeds do come in different colors, so you won't know like what it's going to look like. So that's kind of cool. That's the fun part. And they are going to be really unique. I would say they're definitely in the rare breed category. That's what I wanted to focus on, was rare breeds, because sometimes it's hard to find it depending where you're at in the United States or anywhere, but especially in the United States, it can be hard to find breeds sometimes. And I worked really hard to find some of these breeds. I'm grateful that I was able to find some in Michigan. Like, that is really cool. And yeah, really, really excited, you guys. So that is down the pipeline here. That will be early October. Look for that listing. Definitely, again, make sure you're subscribed. It'll be a very limited amount because I am limited based on my fleece size. And yeah, so if you really want one, definitely make sure you're a newsletter subscriber. And like to be like on the safe side, make sure you also follow me on Instagram and YouTube, because as we know from last week, MailChimp's not reliable. I think I've gone on about that way too much already for this episode. Okay. So yes, Advent is coming and I'm really, really excited. So I hope you guys are too. I think so far there is a fleece that I was waiting on and I just don't think it's going to happen, and that's totally fine. So I think we're going to be at 6. I think it's going to be 6 different breeds, which is a really good number. And yeah, pretty excited about that. So I think it's gonna be a little Advent. I know Advents tend to be like 12 days and that kind of thing, and sometimes they're like 25 days. Why not just have a fun 6-day Advent? And it doesn't have to necessarily be 6 days. It could be you open it and then you spin the next day, and you open another, spin the next day. You know, like, you could totally do that too. So I don't know. I feel like 6 is a good number. So we're going with it. Yeah, it's very, very exciting. We're working with that. These are going to be pure, I'd say pure breeds. They may or may not be slightly crossed with other breeds, but for the most part, they are pure breeds. It's really hard to find some of these pure breeds, but I tried my very best, because I tried to buy from the United States. I did end up bringing in 1. That might be wrong. 2. Oh, I think there's going to be actually 7 breeds. I forgot. I did end up with another one that I was debating using. So I think, and one is not really a rare breed per se, but it's a rare breed in the United States because it's not really a breed that's in the United States much. So I don't want to give too much away yet, but it's exciting. So definitely make sure you follow, because I'm really excited about it. I haven't spun some of these breeds, so I will be learning with you guys. I will be experiencing this with you, so I'm very excited about it, as you can tell, I'm sure. So really fun. They're all going to be little bundles that will be, like I said, hand processed. They're washed, they will be carded, and they will be ready to go. So literally when you get it, you can open it and spin it. You can spin it with your supported spindle. You can spin it with your, you get drop spindle, wheel. The world is your oyster. You can do what you want with it. So there you go. All right, now we will get into works in progress, and I have a lot of works in progress. So should I start with the new ones? I'm going to start with the new ones, and then we can talk about the other ones at the end, because why not start with the new? So I did a brand new cast on. Woo, I'm so excited, because I am feeling very much towards fall. I love this. We're still in summer, and I'm not one of those like let's skip summer situation, but I definitely am planning for something that can be finished in the fall, right? Like I can then wear it as it gets colder. So I am currently working on, it's my first time working on a pattern by Kristen Lair. She is of Woodland Vine Yarns, and it's the Stoker. It is a shawl. It's going to be hard to see, but there are what look like buttons down the back. You really won't be able to see it very well because she used a very dark yarn as well, so a little hard to see. But there's also a beautiful lace detailing on the bottom. I definitely recommend following the link to this pattern. It's really pretty. So I'm not trying to copy her. I've actually been wanting to work with this yarn that I dyed up forever. I love it. So this is my Nightshade colorway. So kind of an eggplant, deep, deep, deep purple colorway. And I am semi-mid-row, as one sometimes is, so that you can keep track of where you're at. I'm doing fingering weight. The pattern is written in DK weight. I think it's DK. I'm telling you like I know what I'm talking about. Yes, DK weight. So this is, like I said, this is my Nightshade colorway. There's currently some in the shop, but I stole the rest. I borrowed them to make a sample. But this is the, like I said, the little like buttons down the back. They're baubles. And it is so much fun to knit. I was going to alternate skeins, and I probably will start alternating at some point. They do look very close though. Like, yeah, it's hard though with hand dyed. It's really hard to get like identical colors. So it's very, very close though. So I think I'll be okay that I won't have to alternate, but I'm going to anyway. I am using a base that I no longer stock. I don't think my vendor, the supplier that I buy it from, I don't believe that they stock it anymore, which is such a bummer. It's a non-superwash merino nylon blend, and it's super, super plump and soft and just absolutely beautiful. But it's non-superwash, which is sometimes kind of on the hard side to find with merino. I don't know why, but I love it. The crazy part is this colorway is very, very similar. It's not the same, but it definitely is similar to what hers was, which is crazy. I dyed this before I got this pattern, and I just find that interesting. But I've been wanting to work with this yarn for the longest time. Oh, I needed that water. I have just a touch of it still in the shop. I would like to dye up more for the fall time, so that way they're in the shop. I will put this out there. I am definitely cutting back on my dyeing. I'm sure you've noticed that. I definitely am cutting back on my dyeing. I don't think I will ever not dye yarn. I love it. It's definitely up my alley. However, I am definitely leaning more towards wool, like the processing of wool, and then also I may start dyeing, which I did actually start dyeing in the wool. I think that's what they call it, dyeing in the wool. So before it's processed and before it's turned into yarn, it's dyed, and then you blend colors that way. I think I'm definitely going to start leaning that way, just because of the nature of things, right? Like being able to afford to do it. Like that's kind of all part of this process. So I love working with the wool. We have some beautiful Shetland sheep that their wool can be dyed. And their first fleece, I will not dye it, but the one I'm going to be shearing coming up and then going forward, I may start dyeing their wool because I think that would be really fun. And yes, I'm really excited about the possibilities. So I hope you're in for it too. Or you're here for it too. Gosh, I can't even speak. I'm so excited though. Okay. So as I mentioned, that's the Stoker. I just started it a couple days ago and I'm really enjoying it. It has a beautiful outline. There's a little bit of lace work, the bobble stitch. It just keeps it interesting. The other newer pattern that I've been working on is by Andrea Mowry. And, oh, excuse me. using Plutolopi and some, oh dear, I'm going to make a mess of this. Some old mill yarn lace weight held double with it so that it gives it some nice structure. Primarily, it's so that it doesn't grow with wear. Plutolopi's pretty good. It's pretty good. However, a little extra support, it wouldn't hurt it. But this is what it's looking like. It's a beautiful, again, autumnal looking color. I'm so excited. I didn't mention what the pattern is. The pattern is the, is it the Weekender? The Weekender Crew. It's the Weekender Crew. So again, it's bottom up. And hopefully you can see that well. It's really beautiful. I love how that dark brown lace color just adds some extra depth to this colorway. And it's so beautiful. And I love the there's a slip stitch across the front. It's a really interesting technique. I hope you guys can see it. I love this pattern. The first one I made, to be quite honest, that's why it's kind of funny. The first one I made doesn't fit me very well. I used hand spun and I didn't gauge swatch. And not that that matters a lot because hand spun changes, it's thick and thin, but it was very off. Like the sleeves are tight to the point that it's not comfortable. I would say I would rip it out, but I'm going to give myself a chance here. I'm trying to get myself healthier. And so I really hope that it will fit better as is and I won't have to take it apart. But worst case scenario, I will take it apart and then re-knit it. I would have to knit it bigger, which means I need more yarn. So I'm going to have to spin more yarn. I do still have more of that CVM that I used. I think it was CVM. I am questioning that now. I might not have any more of that fleece now that I think about it. It's totally fine. Either way, I can just knit another one if I want to. But yes, I am doing, I think the size is similar. It's a totally different pattern because she did structure it a little differently because of that crew neck. So she did actually charge for a separate pattern, which I understand. But yeah, it's really pretty. I ended up doing the split hem the same length. I didn't really mean to do that, but then I was like, why not have it the same length? I like longer shirts. So there we go. That is that one. I have an extremely busy day today, so I'm sorry I'm kind of flying through this, but because Michigan Fiber Festival is this weekend, woo! This will be going live Saturday. So if you didn't know Michigan Fiber Festival is going on and you are in the Southwest Michigan area, go to Allegan County Fairgrounds and go to the Michigan Fiber Festival. Highly recommend it. It's super fun. And yes, just go. And there is call for rain on Saturday. So it may or may not be raining, but it's going to be hot as all get out. So getting a little damp will not kill anybody. And if anything, we really need it here in Michigan because it's been very drought-like. I think we've had like 2 days of rain in the past 3 months or something. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. It's been like that. It's terrible. Okay. So I am working on my other Andrew Mowry pattern, the Straya cardigan. So we're cruising. I'm on the wrong side, so I'm just going to have to flip it here for a moment so you can see the right side. But I'm cruising. We are getting there. I am getting there. I am almost to the length. I am pretty sure I am almost there. I honestly haven't measured it. I should get out a little measuring tape and measure it. I've got one right here. Measuring tape from Garenhouse Studios Yarn Studio. Unfortunately, they are closing up shop. They are located in Holland, Michigan. And unfortunately, they're closing up shop. Not because, going out of business, because of retirement. The owner is retiring, which good for her. It's a bummer though, because it is a local yarn shop. So that is a bummer. But there we go. So we're cruising. I'm using Old Mill yarn again. Definitely check out Old Mill yarn if you guys are going to Michigan Fiber Festival. And if it's Saturday and you're watching this, and you, again, Southwest Michigan, run on over there. They're in Allegan. They are not open on Sunday this year. They were before. So don't miss out on it. It's a great deal if you want coned yarn. And I mean, like huge cones yarn. And they're great deals. Their deals are amazing. They charge by the pound. They charge by weight. And it's amazing. This is merino. It's considered fingering, but I would call it lace. So I'm holding it double. It does poof up once it's washed. But yeah, just love it. So that is that. Getting through it and loving it. I'm really loving that cardigan. I put it aside from last fall, and I'm really glad I'm taking it back out, because then I will hopefully have a cardigan this fall, a shawl this fall, and a super rustic sweater for the wintertime. Loving it, you guys. Loving it. And I've got one more shawl that I'm almost done with. I am so close to finishing this. It's ridiculous. Disclaimer, though. A lot of stitches. So I am currently at 596 stitches, and I have 3 rows to do, and one of those rows is a picot bind off. Literally, I have 3 rows to do. 3 rows. That seems crazy. I barely get through one row in like an hour. It takes me a while. So, because it's a lot of stitches, like, 500 some stitches. It's crazy. I have mid-row naturally. This is a massive shawl. It's massive. I love it so much. It is a blanket shawl, and it's beautiful. This is the Fascination Shawl by Ruby and Roses Designs. You guys should definitely check it out. It is a super fun pattern. If you're looking for a massive shawl that will keep you interested the entire time, I love this shawl. I want to work on it all the time. And I don't think it's just because I'm working with my hand spun. Obviously, that is very intriguing, and I love it. I'm using my Melly Knits Advent from last year. Her True North Advent. Oh, gosh. I love it. I love it so much. And I am now working with my hand spun. I mean, it's all hand spun. But this is not Melly Knits. So the last of Melly Knits Advent is this light, like, reddish or kind of a brown, light brown, gray color that's in here. It's very light. That is the last colorway. This is hand spun. This is some CVM that I hand spun, and so I'm adding that. It's a little bit of a heavier weight, but it's working out nicely. I'm doing a feather and fan. I'm not going to give too much away, but it's like a feather and fan patterning design on here. And then there's this really fun picot, which I've never done picot bind off. There is so much fun learning in this shawl. If you guys want a shawl that is going to expand your knitting knowledge, I definitely recommend it. It's a newer pattern. She's a newer designer. So she hand dyes yarn, but she's newer to designing. And she has some really pretty and unique patterns. So I picked up a couple. One is a massive blanket, so we'll see if that happens. I'm terrible with blankets. But blanket shawls. Apparently I can do blanket shawls. So I'm cruising on that. Almost done with it, which will be great, because then I'll have that for the colder months as well. And I'm very excited about that. It's so pretty. And that whole process, that's why I was so excited to do an Advent myself, make one, because the process of spinning that yarn and then knitting with it, I love it so much. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's so fun. Okay. Next is, did I talk about all my works in progress? Oh my gosh, I did. I totally did. Can't believe it. So we'll talk about Michigan Fiber Festival. I don't have a lot of time left. Michigan Fiber Festival. I'm really excited. So I usually go Fridays and Saturday. So you'll be seeing the Saturday. But I usually always go Friday and Saturday. I do that because I get overwhelmed. I am definitely, like, if you can go both days, I would recommend it. If you can only go one day and you have sensory issues, like you get overwhelmed when with all the color and the texture and the animals and everything wonderful going on, I highly recommend going Fridays. Because it's quieter. I've never gone on Sunday. I do not know. I'm assuming it's similar to Friday. However, that's after the fact, so you may or may not miss out on things. Friday is going there first. Obviously, a lot of people work on Fridays, and currently I work for myself. So I'm allowing myself to go on Friday, and I'm really excited about it. I love it so much. It's quieter. I can actually talk to some of the vendors, which I love. And it's so much fun. And then you can take it all in. And I do have a few things I will buy Friday. I normally wait until Saturday to buy things, but if there's one or two things like I really have to get, like that's my thing that I want, I will buy it Friday because there's not a guarantee it'll be there when I come back on Saturday. Just because, especially if it's something I'm looking specifically for. So I do have just a couple things that I wanted to get. And then Saturday, that's when it's crazy busy. Like there's a lot of people there. The animal shows are going on, and so there's so much going on, but it's wonderful. The fleece shows are on Saturday, so if you want to buy fleece from the show and that kind of thing, like buy the winner or something, definitely make sure you do that. It's in the afternoon. I think it's around 2 or 3 p.m. usually. Definitely check out the Michigan Fiber Festival on Facebook because that's where they announce their schedule. So definitely do that. They're pretty good about it. They're getting better. I love Michigan Fiber Festival. I will not bash them. It's amazing. It's so much fun. The people are wonderful. They're all fiber people. They all love animals, and I just love it. So I did just a little bit of pre-Michigan Fiber Festival purchasing. This is from Blaine Fleece and Fiber. They're not out of Michigan. They are out of, does it say on here? It doesn't. I think it's Ohio. I think they're out of Ohio. So I picked up some Finn sheep roving at 4 ounces. So they come in 2-ounce balls. So I got this one is Janie. It's like a darker gray, really pretty. Not really worked with Finn wool before. And then Ruby and Garnet. So these are two, a lady and her gentleman, blended together. And this is, 4 ounces. So again, 2 and 2. These were a great deal. They were on sale. She had a sale going on. So I found out about this actually through Ravelry. I think it's the Spinners. If I can figure out where I found this, I will share the link to it. But they post like when they have sales and deals and stuff. And she had a sale going on. So I did snag those for a great deal. And I did snag 2 other things. Like I said, Garenhouse, I'm saying that right. Oh boy, I'm going to run out of time. They're closing, like I said, unfortunately. So I snagged just a couple things because she had sale going on. So I've got Monostil Uruguay. I love, love, love Monostil Uruguay. And it's extra fine merino and silk. It's their Fino. This is like a limited palette pack it's called Hope. And it was a special one for Garenhouse Studios, I believe. It's really beautiful. So I'm going to cancel my timer, which is terrifying. I'm going to wrap this up because I don't want my camera to overheat. But they're really pretty colorways. And I'm thinking I'm going to make either like a really pretty cowl or something with it. It's really pretty. And then the other one I snagged up, which I still don't know. Again, probably a cowl. This is wool stock, which I've never worked with before, but is Peruvian Highland wool, which I love Peruvian Highland wool. That's one of my favorite bases that I dye on. And This is, yeah, 100% Highland Peruvian wool. There's a total of 252 yards, and they're called the Woolstock Bundles, and you can get them on their website. Other yarn stores sell them, but they come in, they're little mini skeins, and there's 3 of each colorway. So 3 mini skeins of each color, and then you can do what you will with them. What's really cute is they all have, oh, one of these came apart. Oh dear. Oh dear. But they all have a little tag on them. Look how cute. They all have tags with the colorway. So that way, if you wanted to buy the colorway, because they have them in larger volumes, you could do that. And there are some really pretty colors on here that I'm like, oh, you still my heart. This reminds me of my raspberry colorway. Ha! Raspberry, I love it. And scarlet. So these colorways are very similar. That's cool. We're in the same wheelhouse. It's really beautiful. And this one's called, I think it's called Warmth. Each bundle has like a different name. And there are 21 mini skeins total in here. And yeah, there's like tons of different ones, but this one is considered Warmth. I did try to order their holiday one, the Christmas one, but unfortunately that one, they couldn't find it. So I couldn't get it, but that's okay. You don't need it. I just want it. All right, well, I think I'll leave you guys there. I hope I see you at Michigan Fiber Festival. If you do see me, do say hi. I love meeting other fellow fiber enthusiasts. And there's a few folks that I've met online that I really hope that I get to meet in person. Fawn, I think Fawn Knits is her name. She does design work, and I've actually knit up a pair of her boot socks before, and I really hope that I get to meet her because I think she's going to be there Saturday as well. And it's just really fun to meet other creative artists that I follow and admire their work, and yeah, just other kind folks that I would just like to get to know in person. They don't live that far away, right? Because I mean, some of them don't. Some people, drive in for things, but yeah, I think she's in Michigan. There's some folks in Michigan, so yeah, I really hope I get to see you. And if I don't, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Take care. Bye.